Hey guys, Tucker here for another 118 scale car review. Now, this is a Ferrari F50 by Maisto, and I absolutely love this model. It is everything and more what I expected from it. I'm actually starting with all of the compartments open today because if you look in the back here, one of my favorite features is it has these poles to hold up the rear engine cover, and I don't really like putting them down, so I'm going to put them down briefly a little bit later once we get into the review, but I'm going to start with all the compartments open today. I've only had this car for about 29 hours, a little over a day, and I feel completely confident doing a review because all of the features that it has are presented so well and so clearly, and there's so much detail that I'm finding new things every second, and I don't think it's possible that I could find hardly everything before making reviews. So I'm actually going to go through this, take an in-depth look at the car, and show you guys as I kind of discover stuff as well. So we'll actually start with that back cover. I'll close everything else because these don't have anything that's holding them open. So we've got all of that closed, and we'll look back here. This is actually part of the car that I like the most. You've got your little Ferrari horse logo that's a chrome plastic, which is what you can expect from Maisto. You got this F50 badge, which I love. Exhaust tips are done really well. Taillights are actually done extremely well. I'm very happy with them. And this is perforated, which I was not expecting at all from a Maisto. That looks super good and super realistic. I've seen three F1 or F50s in real life. The only one I caught on film was in the background of me filming a Lamborghini Aventador. So I don't really have any videos to compare this with, but it's an awesome car nonetheless. I don't think it's the prettiest of the Ferrari bloodline, but it looks pretty awesome nonetheless. The engine is done so well. There's so much detail. I mean, look at all the small pieces. It says Ferrari there and everything. There's texture on these parts here, and down here there's a lot of texture. There's these little tiny bits all throughout the engine that they could have left out, but they just didn't. The exhaust is done full through. You can see it down there going into the mufflers, and those mufflers actually go right out to these exhaust pipes. Some of the best sounding F50s that I've heard on YouTube and such are straight pipe though, so they wouldn't have those. But anyway, transmission, all that stuff, it all looks super good. And one of the coolest features is this actually has the push rod suspension, the F1 suspension. So if you look as I push down on the back of the car, those actually push in, and that's how the suspension works on the wheels of the car, which is pretty awesome. That's probably one of my favorite features. And then you've got these poles. And why I don't like to put these up and down so much, why I like to mainly keep them up, because they're not attached on a rotating piece. It's actually bending a piece of plastic. And if you bend those too much, they just break off. So yeah, normally, so that's all I'll do for the engine, and I'll close this. So this one, you actually can leave it up like that. It will stay, but I don't like to do that because eventually that wears out. So I just use these little bits and have it a little bit lower. But those go right under this little piece and this little piece right here, just to hold them under. And there you have it. And you can close the back. And I think I really can't decide how it looks better with the back closed or open, but it's pretty awesome nonetheless. So here's the whole car with everything closed. I actually think this is a very good looking model. Having it in a model scale to look at, and to see all of the detail in it makes it look a lot better. This is the closed top example of the F50. There's an open top, which you can see in this Hot Wheels car. And there's also an open top version that Maisto has made. I just didn't really find it. But unfortunately, the top on this one is plastic. It's the only plastic part, red plastic part on this car, other than the rearview mirrors, which are more of a rubber. And it's the only visible one. There are some parts under here. This little pad and these little parts for the vents, those are red plastic as well. But this is the only big visible red plastic part, and you really can't tell. It looks super good. It's got matching color and everything. You can't tell at all. So I'm very happy with Maisto for that. You got these big vents on the inside. That inside bit that is perforated, it goes right through. That's actually the radiator right there, and the air can go right into the engine right there, which is really nice. Got your Pininfarina badge. There's the Pininfarina badge. It says Ferrari Pininfarina. Just the designer of the car, Battista Pininfarina's company. You've got all of the badges. These ones are painted on. This one's indented just a little bit. See this one here. And this is a little bit that annoys me a little. This one's a sticker. It's the only one that they did in a sticker. It bugs me a little bit. But it is under the wing, so you can't see it that much, so it doesn't pop out, which is good, I guess. The paint did thin around the cap for the gas cap, but it's very well indented and really well defined, so no complaints there. The handle, however, got filled in a lot with paint, so that's a little bit annoying. Another paint error, I guess you could call it. I didn't see this on very many of the models, but I managed to get the last one. There was one case of these that came through Costco, and I bought a Lamborghini Huracan instead. You can see that review on my channel. But this one had a little bit of paint that got onto the outside of the windshield, so that's quite annoying. But and I've tried to scrape it off. It really hasn't worked. I'm afraid of scratching the windshield, so I'm just not going to. Here you've got the front. I think it looks really good. You've got your indicators and fog lights. You've got your headlights. That red in the back is plastic. And then you can see that other plastic piece on the inside there. On the inside of the vent. This is perforated, this is perforated, this is perforated. All of these little details are just super nice. The wheels turn really well, and you can see the calipers, or the brake discs, turn really well, but there aren't any calipers at all. So that's a little bit annoying as someone who's seen these cars in real life and knows that there should be a caliper. There just aren't any. Yeah, but the brake discs do turn with the wheels, which is super nice. I'm really happy about that. You've got this black line that goes all the way across, and you can see it's here, and it splits when you open this. But it's very consistent. This isn't off really at all. It's very there's no gap. This isn't like lower or anything. These doors, when you open, they are quite loose, which is annoying to me. And even with that open, they move even more. So they just seem loose and kind of cheap. Even though they are metal, it's still quite annoying. So I keep them closed most of the time. Then you've got this opening piece. This piece seems very good. it's solid, stays up pretty easily. It's a very nice piece. You can see that here, these are perforated, these vents, which is super nice. And if we turn the car around, take a look in this trunk, you've got a bag, which does not move or come out, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. It's kind of cool that they put it there anyway. And the fans, which are not perforated, like those pieces, you can see that comes right down onto the fans. Otherwise, you've got, I would assume that is the horn. I don't know, honestly. I honestly have no idea what those are. I've never really been a big fan of the Ferrari F50. It is a Ferrari, so I love it. Because Ferrari is my favorite car company. But I don't know it in super detail, a whole ton of detail. This is black plastic, just realistic to the real car. The real car has a black metal as well. And this is actually realistic to the back as well. If you open this up, these covers are a continued red metal. That is not plastic. Although it looks like a darker shade of red, it is not plastic. Let's see. Let's take a full look at the car from all angles. So you've got your side profile. You've got your rear profile. Your other side. In your front. One thing about this car that I really like is these wheels turn a lot. It's got a great turning radius. Now when it turns this direction, there's a little bit of resistance right here, and then it pops into place. But turning this way, there's no resistance at all. But if you want to turn it all the way, you can turn them about that much, and then you got to pop it, and it goes into place. I don't know why that is, but I'm fine with it because I usually just display the car with either the wheels straight or the wheels turned all the way. So I can pop it into place, or I can keep it all the way turned that way. Doesn't matter to me. If that's a thing that you don't like in a model car, then I consider that when buying this, but I have no problem with it. You can see door panels done really well. You've got the little details with all, you can see all of the texture, and you've got the handle for rolling up and down the windows. Let's see if it'll focus on that. In chrome, which is really nice. And if we take a look at the interior, the steering wheel is actually done extremely well. I am very, very, very happy with it. It's very simple. It's a lot like the Ferrari F40 steering wheel, which was the predecessor to this car, so that makes a lot of sense. You've got your pedals down here. I only see two. Wait, are there three? Oh yeah, there are. So there's... if it'll focus. There we go. There are 3 pedals, which is good because it is a stick. The stick shift does not move, so don't try to move it. I can assume that it's very delicate, like the one that broke off of my Lamborghini Murcielago. If you look at the seats, they're painted. This one's tilted a little bit outward. I don't know, I can't really fix that. It's fine to me though, because I usually have the doors closed. Prancing horse logo on the top, sticking out a little. Super nice. You've got the steering wheel, or no, these are the seat belts. Getting all the things that start with S confused. You've got the seat belt latch is painted on there. It sticks out just a little bit, but not very much. And you've got the other details, all of this red. Everything's painted, which makes me really happy. Got your dials on the inside. I believe that is a sticker. I don't think those are painted. I know this is painted though. painted right there. Let's see, all of these dials up here. We'll take a look at that from the other side. I'll open up the other side. We can take a look at that. Close this side. You've got your F50 logo right here. Painted on. You've got your air conditioning. It's not a super detailed interior. They didn't really start putting a lot of stuff in the interiors of the Bloodline cars until the Enzo. So there's definitely not as much as you'd really expect from a Ferrari interior. It's very, very simple. If you look at the Ferrari F40's interior and some of the older Ferrari's interior, they're very simple. They're all based toward the driver, and they're all the only things that are included really are the essentials for driving the car, because that's what these cars are meant for, is being driven. So you close that. It feels a little resistant until you get to this point, and then it pops right in. So that's a little interesting. It makes it feel a little bit cheap to me. But overall, this car is amazing. I absolutely love it as a diecast car. All the opening compartments that I'm going to open up again. I'm going to put this up. I'll give you guys a little demo. You push down on these and they pop out. Then they have a little bit of resistance because you're bending a piece of plastic. I usually put them back a little bit and just slide it down. And these little pieces here that hold them, those are really nice to have because they actually hold the piece in, which is super cool. And you've got your clear engine kind of display thing with the vents that do all go all the way through, which is super nice. Very happy with that. And your engine, of course. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll have a review of a Burgo LaFerrari coming out soon, so stay tuned to that. Subscribe to all of my other channels. All of the links are in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like, comment below, all that stuff. And until next time.